Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Lalit Rao. I'm the editor of www.cinema-poet.com, a bilingual website on world cinema. And today with me I have Karen Jacobs, a consultant for various film festivals. Thank you, Karen, for giving me a chance to speak to you. Karen, what brings you to Bangalore, and how did you get an invitation from the organizing committee of Bangalore International Film Festival?
I'm here as a member of a jury evaluating Indian films. So we have 10 films to evaluate, and we have to, by the 1st of January, say which one gets the prize. We can only vote for one. I have so far seen 6 of them, so I have 4 more to see. And there are a couple of them that are quite good. And obviously the 4 I haven't seen yet, I have no idea. Originally I had suggested coming here to teach a seminar similar to what I have been teaching in Mumbai. I came to India on a Fulbright fellowship to teach about Native American cinema. So I did that in Mumbai to students, the honors students in their mass media program. Those are students studying film, television, and print. So I had those students, and I had suggested doing that here, but what happened is someone couldn't make the jury, so they asked me to do the jury instead, and I said fine. So I'm here doing the jury, and I'm here through the 3rd because it's the night of the 2nd that the awards will be announced for the 3 different juries.
Karen, with your vast body of experience, you must be knowing that Bangalore International Film Festival is a young festival.
Yes.
It's only in its 6th edition.
Yes.
So, judging from your experience, what do you think, what needs to be done to make Bangalore International Film Festival more popular both in terms of quality of films and in audience? Because this year the number of delegates is not too much. It's roughly around 2,000 delegates. So, what would be your suggestions?
Well, I think I don't know how publicity works here, but certainly people are not going to come if they don't hear about the festival. I don't know how much was publicized here. I don't speak Kannada, so I'm completely out of it in terms of hearing that. But I'm sure there are a lot of film people here. What I would suggest to the festival, what I think might help, is to connect with a high-tech industry which is located here, because film uses a lot of high-tech stuff. They use a lot of what's called CAD, computer-aided design. That's when you take one character and you can reproduce it and film one person, and you can make thousands. You do that on a computer. So there's a lot of that, and a lot of animation is done on a computer. Now, I have a friend at home who had been the head of Disney for India, and he was based in Delhi, but that was about 15 years ago that he was there. But I would think that there are people here, I don't know who they are, but who specialize in animation, and that is a large number of people interested in film and also could be involved in this festival, and they don't have any animation. I know they say they're strictly for features, but there are feature animated films.
Yes.
Certainly Walt Disney made a career of this, an incredible fortune.
Let's move on to your career as a kind of screenwriter. I read that you have worked a lot as a screenwriter, especially with Pupi Avati, the Italian director. So could you tell me more about your...
as a screenwriter with Pupi Avati. I was assistant director on a film of his called BIFFES, about an American jazz musician. And
1990 film.
Yes. It was actually made and shot in '89. The film was in the Cannes Film Festival in '90. So I got to go to the Cannes Film Festival, which was wonderful. And Pupi himself, before he became a director, was a jazz musician. He plays the clarinet, and he always loved Bix Beiderbecke. So this film, we bought Bix Beiderbecke's house where he grew up and completely redid it, completely. And they brought all the minor cast from Italy, and the major players were American because this was shot in English. And Pupi wanted me to be there and to help him because his English is okay but not great. He didn't always understand everything, and he couldn't always communicate it to people. So, for instance, I remember one time we had a big dance scene, and we had a couple hundred people, and they were supposed to be at a party and be sort of half drunk and half jolly. And he's saying in the megaphone, "Anima, anima," and people are looking like, "What?"
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I said, "Can I help?" So I took the megaphone and I said, "Get down and get dirty."
Okay.
And you're already drunk. This was about 9 in the morning. They had to pretend they were at a big party at night, and they had to be drunk. They'd been up since 6 o'clock getting their hair and their makeup, and they had to act drunk. That's the time we were shooting. So I helped him with that, and I've stayed friends with him. He's a wonderful director. But that was the only time a film was in competition at Cannes.
Yeah.
So it went to Cannes, and he and the producer, who's his brother, and key cast people came to Cannes, and they were there for 3 or 4 days. I went for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I went to all these parties and met all these people, Americans, Italians, other people.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Great. Yeah. Karen, we also heard your views a couple of days ago in the seminar which was organized here about the distribution of Indian regional cinema. And you spoke from a perspective of an American person, of an American expert. So my next question...
I'm not sure I'm an expert, but anyway,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. My next question is regarding the perception of Americans towards Indian cinema. Are there areas where they can really cooperate, given the fact that both the industries are very flourishing, are very prosperous?
Yes. In America, the general opinion, the general perception is that Indian films are Bollywood films.
And how can we change this perception?
It's sort of like you think all the films from America are big explosions and Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not all the films.
Yes.
That is certainly a lot of the films that make a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah.
But there are other films as here.
Yeah.
I think that's changing partly because of some of the films coming along like The Lunchbox, which I think is fantastic. And I'm really sorry that the authorities in India didn't nominate it for
Oscars.
The Oscar, didn't submit it because I think it would have been in the short list. It would have been one of the 5, and it might have won.
Yeah.
I have been told that the film they submitted, The Good Road, is competent, but nothing exceptional.
Yes.
I think that film is really wonderful.
Okay. And which are the areas in which Americans and Indians, especially technicians, they can work? Do you have some comment to make on that?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah. I was saying, which are the areas in which technicians from both USA and India can work? Given the fact that...
There's a film shooting here.
Yeah.
Like the brother of a friend of mine, Chanda Rotman, lives in LA. He has lived there for 28 years.
Yeah.
He's from Sri Lanka. He grew up in Colombo.
Yeah.
And he worked when on Indiana Jones, which they filmed in Sri Lanka. So he knew Sri Lanka, but he also knows Hollywood and knows English well, etc. So some of those crossover people, and I mentioned the 3 women who would cross over.
Yeah, Meera Nair, Deepa Mehta, and Govinda Chadha.
And Gunda,
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, Gunda, when she came to the San Francisco Film Festival, started a romance with this guy who's half Asian and half French, and they're married.
Okay.
He lives with her in London.
Okay, great.
So those people are in between and make films that get distributed. But those are people who are completely fluent in both their Indian language and English.
Yeah.
That for various reasons they don't live in India.
Okay. And lastly, Karen, what would be your comments on the fact that internet, even though it's a boon for public, but it's a bane for film professionals because of the illegal download and piracy?
That's a tremendous problem.
Yeah. So what do you think? What kind of shape would internet give to films in the future?
I don't know. I think they're working on ways to put mechanisms inside them.
Checks and balances.
Well, some of them you can only download once.
Yeah.
but there are people working on that, all those security issues. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I know Americans, when they go to China, maybe here too, I don't know, they can pick up any
China,
film
yes,
for practically nothing on the street.
Yeah, true.
Including some film that came out in the United States that week.
Yes.
The films aren't great.
Yes.
The editions aren't great because somebody goes to the theater with a camera and just shoots it.
Yes.
So the quality is mediocre, but they sell them for practically nothing.
Yes.
So that is a problem. It's a problem in the States, and it's a problem everywhere. And there are lawyers working on that, but as of now, there's no good solution to that. It continues to be a problem.
But how would this impact film festivals?
How does it impact film festivals? Well, film festivals are trying to show new films.
Yes.
So if people can get them somewhere else,
Yes, definitely.
why go to a film festival?
Yes.
One of the things that's really nice about the film festivals here,
Yes.
and I was in the Kerala Film Festival before this,
IFK.
is that the film festivals are not expensive.
Yes.
You buy a ticket here, I think it's 500 rupees.
Yes.
In the United States, you pay more than 500 rupees to go to one movie.
Yes, yes.
And in Kerala, it was 11 theaters. Here, it's
7.
7.
Yes.
But it's, for a whole week, or this is 8 days.
Yes.
And it's movies from the morning till the night.
Yeah.
And it's less than in America. It was 400 rupees in Kerala. It's not much.
Yeah. Moreover, the film festivals offer a charm of meeting people, which illegal download doesn't do. So I think film festivals,
they
yes.
do, and that's part of it, part of the culture.
True.
And I wish this festival had a place for people to meet, because you get through with the movie and then maybe you want to talk to people.
Yeah.
At the bottom of Fun Cinemas on the ground floor, there's a little coffee thing, but that's a commercial thing, and there are all these people who aren't from the festival there.
Yes, yeah.
There should be a place for people to really talk about the things. And I thought, that it was nice that they had the press conference here, the seminar about distribution, etc. But I think it should have been in a big theater, and maybe with
where
only
more people would have come. Yes.
Only the people who were invited could sit in the first couple rows, and they were the only people who could ask questions. Because I think a lot of people would have learned from what was said.
Yes, yes.
But this was, because when I first got here, I said to them, "This is crazy. It's not in the program." They say, "Oh, it's by invitation."
Okay, great.
So I asked them how many people. They said 30. There were about 50 people here. Some were press.
Yes, yeah. True. Great. So thank you very much, Karen, for sharing your views, and we hope to see you in more Indian festivals and more in India.
I'd like to come.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.